Okay, it's Robert Eagleson here with the Calgary Hook and Hackle Club, and today I'm doing a fly called a Krypto Caddis. This is a fly made popular by a fellow by the name of Hopper Juan Ramirez. The secret to this fly, of course, is the kryptonite extended body, and we're going to start by showing you how to do that. So what I do to make that body is I have some 30-pound mono here in a bright fluorescent green. I spool off about 12 to 14 inches. I make a loop, and then I make like a clinch knot with just taking one of the tag ends, putting it through that loop 12 to 15 times. This one, for example, is 15 times. Once I've got that, I pull both of the tag ends tight until I get this knot in the middle. I will then clip one of the tag ends off. I take some thick solar res here, and I add that UV to the knot to make a bit of a body there. I leave the one end longer. So, and I will make a dozen, 15 of these ahead of time. Alright, so let's get started with the fly. I'm using a size 12 125 Dai Riki. 135 is probably a better choice. It's a little bit heavier. I've got some 70 denier black thread. I'm just going to start my thread, find my scissors, and clip the excess. Alright, so I'm going to take that extended body that I just made, and I want this fly, the body sticking out the back a bit, so I'm just going to kind of measure. And I like nail clippers for clipping this off, so I'm just going to take a best guess here. Clip that off so that when I stick that right under the bead, I'm going to stick that tag under the bead and cinch that down pretty tight there. A little super glue is going to make that indestructible. Alright, now I need legs, and for the legs I'm using CDC. This is an olive CDC, and the CDC feather is going to be the longer ones here. So you can tie this in by the tip, and that works pretty well, or you can use a dubbing loop. So I'm going to use a dubbing loop here. Make it a little bit longer. Okay, so like my dubbing loop, get this up to the front. I'm just going to put a half hitch in there behind my bead. And my favorite tool for the dubbing loop is a shepherd hook. Nothing fancy there. Right, dubbing loop. Now, my CDC, preparing the CDC feathers, you can use the Mark Pettigene magic tool, but those are expensive if you don't have one. I really quite like this. It's called a hairline feather preparer. It's a black foam boat-shaped thing, and it's got slots cut in it. So what you do is you take two CDC feathers, and you would stack them. Thought I had some here, but I seem to have lost them. You would stack them butt to tip, tip to butt. So two feathers, one this way, one the other, one going this way, and then the other one reversed. And you would find the appropriate slot in your feather preparer and stick the two feathers in there. It's important that you clip the butts off the side of the feather, both sides. Once you have that, then you will need a clip, and you would just take your clip and slide it over those feathers, pull them out. What you get then is the stem of the feathers down, and all of the barbs of those feathers are up in the clip. Alright, so what you need to do then is just take your scissors and clip those stems out. So I'm just going to clip those stems out. So you have all of the barbs now with just the very butt sticking out. Alright, so let's open up my dubbing loop. Take my clip. I want to just catch those feathers. It's going to slide them up my loop just a touch. Then I'm just going to hold the bottom of that loop, spin the bottom of the loop. So my fingers are pinched just below the feathers, spin the bottom of the loop until it gets tight. And when you let go, you get a nice dubbing brush there. Alright, so I'm just going to wrap that around, pull those feathers back as I'm wrapping. And there we go. So now I'm just going to grab my thread, and I'm just going to tie off that loop, a couple, 3 wraps. Hold my thread out of the way and clip that dubbing loop out. Alright, now I'm going to take some black rabbit or your favorite black dubbing here. I'm actually using, it's called a muskrat blend in black. Wet my fingers. Spread that out just a touch. There we go. Alright. And we'll just dub a little bit of a black rabbit collar in there. Find my whip finisher. Make sure that's seated well. Clip my thread. Brush that out a bit. And there we have it. Hopper 1 Kryptonite Caddis. I think it's going to be quite attractive and should catch you some fish. Thanks for watching.